Hey you guys, welcome back. I tried to get this out yesterday, right when the event came out, and I did the recording and tried to record the audio at the same time. It just didn't work out, so I got a little delay, had to start up again this morning, and hopefully we'll get it out in time to be a lot of help still. We got the new Indestructible Tanks event. We get a nice boost for the attack of all tanks. A lot of our other events have had boosts for health and defense. I think we've already got tanky enough heroes. They're not putting any extra there, just giving us a little extra attack. So it looks like we can get extra tokens in the hero portal and the heroic portal for Alexandros and IGOROK. We've got these 4 challenge dungeons here, and they're lined up pretty well so that the first 2 give you Alexandros tokens as drops, but they also are associated with chain quests for Alexandros. And similarly, the last 2, the hard and very hard versions, give you the drops for IGOROK and are associated with chain quests for IGOROK as well. So great way to get some more tokens for IGOROK especially. Alexandros, if you need some more for him, Alexandros isn't often kind of a highly used character, and you can get him by just dumping a lot of gold into the great summons. But you can get a whole lot of tokens here, which will speed you on your way to getting him up to that 6-star level, or unlocking him if you're a earlier player. So I've already got mine at a 6-star, but I am going to try to get through those anyway, just to continue to get as many tokens as I can. Eventually they'll likely go to 7-star level. So we'll get as many of them as we can. And there is one additional quest here, this Trounced by Tanks, where you can get 25 Alexandros tokens for doing 12 PvP raids with all tank teams. So it'll take a bit of effort. You're not going to be able to have any fast characters on your team, but you can get 25 tokens for them, and so that's a nice boost as well. We're going to go ahead and do the very hard version on this in this video, but also I want to talk about the hard version of the challenge dungeon as well. In some ways, I think the hard version is actually a little bit harder than the very hard version. The final boss for the hard version is IGOROK, and he can be pretty tough as a character just generally, but when they make him a boss, it took a little bit more effort to take him out. So I suggest the same kind of tactic we use for most of these challenge dungeons, and that is make sure that you've got a couple friends that have King York as their shared hero, so you can use him to do Marked for Death on IGOROK for the hard level. And then similarly, when we come in here for the very hard level, the final boss is Alexandros, and I would say he's not nearly as much of a threat as a character. We get to use tanks and healers for this event. It's kind of a change-up. Most of the events, you just get to use one character class, and that can make it a real challenge to do healing. So sometimes you need your friend heroes to have Nub so you can get heals partway through. But here you can bring Nub along with your tanks, and that'll provide you plenty of healing. The one thing I would say about the very hard dungeon, there's a couple things really. One is that there's only 3 levels, with the last one being the boss level. You can see that down along the lower side right now, which makes it a lot easier than some of the other ones that they've done, where the very hard or the hard level is 5 or 6 stages. So that part helps out. But they're pretty difficult mobs if you don't do something to either take them out really quickly or immobilize them so they can't do any damage. Here for that first group, it was all fire-based, so we were able to take them out quickly with polar pounding. Ended up using one of the energy potions so I could do polar pounding right away and at least make it so most of them can't attack. When they do get a chance to attack, they do some significant damage. As I think you could see, it was somewhere around 1,500 or so for a normal attack, and this is on 6-star and 5-star characters, and even on armored characters. So they've got a lot of damage potential if you go in there, if you don't take them out right away and let them attack your group. So whichever characters you use, try to do something to either take them out or immobilize them right away. Another thing here is once you get through those 2 groups on this very hard level, all you have left is Alexandros, and as I mentioned, he doesn't pose a huge amount of threat, primarily because damage reflection is his main kind of starting skill, and as long as you've got Nub to heal through that damage you're reflecting, you can kind of control how much damage you're taking. So again, he's got a large party, a large group, Don't worry about using those energy potions to take out, to give yourself another polar pounding and take out a group like this. You don't need that many because it's only a 3-level dungeon. You don't need that many in general, and you're not going to need anything to dedicate directly to the boss. And don't forget, for anyone who didn't get to see some of the previous videos, if you run out of potions like this, you can always close out of the game, completely close it down, open it back up again and say yes, you want to restart, and all your potions will be refilled. So it does come out of your overall stock, but they're going to be refilled so you can use them and continue through. Another nice thing about this dungeon, or about this event in general, is that all the quests are just completion quests, aside from that PvP related one. So you don't have to actually go through this more than once. Just go through the level, get a 3-star, don't let any of your characters die. Do it one time, you can, spare the potions for that, and then just quick loot it after that. You can quick loot until you're all done. There's no penalty, you're not going to miss out on anything. So there we defeat the boss. He had taunt on even before taking out this other character. But no real trouble, our characters all stay at pretty high health. Even if we had lower star levels, we wouldn't have too much trouble with this group. Again, if they'd switched it up so Alexandros was on hard and IGOROK was on very hard, it would have made this significantly more challenging. That's it for this. We can take a look quickly at, I think, some of the chains. Those quest chains. Let's see, I guess the other thing I wanted to mention was the tournament that's going on. So if you perform well in the tournament, you can also get some more IGOROK tokens. And then finally, a lot of people ask how to get IGOROK quickly. He's a favored hero. They put out events like this fairly often. So if you just keep at the game, you're going to get plenty of those tokens where you'll unlock him and then increase the star level up over time. So don't worry too much about that. That's all we've got for this video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see everyone soon. If you liked this, then you're going to love what we have coming out next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos, or check out the rest of the channel for more tips and tricks. If you don't have this game yet, feel free to download it from the sponsored link in the video description below. These downloads help to support the channel and help us to continue to put out more great videos. Thanks again for all your support, and come back soon as we continue our quest, seeking every possible advantage.